first stage of any successful sewing project is to gather together everything you need before you start. Here at Wabi-Sabi we try to avoid plastic packaging. Your kit contains a zip and a handy zipper pull, a Wabi-Sabi label, your main pencil case panel and a piece of lining. Substitute your own lining if you want to. We also provide a template for you to trim your fabric pieces perfectly to size. You can also use this template to make more pencil cases in the future. You will need to gather together fabric shears, paper scissors, snips for loose threads are handy, some good quality sewing thread and a hand sewing needle or sewing machine if you choose to use one. We believe fabric clips are better than pins. Also useful but not essential is some adhesive seam tape and dissolvable fabric marker. Let's start by trimming the pencil case template with our paper scissors. Try to cut through the centre of the line for greatest accuracy. If you lose your template, we have PDF copies you can download on our website. We cut the fabric panels slightly larger than you need them, so that you can trim them to size and have nice fresh edges to work with. Go ahead and trim the pencil case panel and the lining panel. Now take the main pencil case panel and the lining panel. Because I'm using a plain lining piece and it's difficult to see the right or wrong side of the fabric, I'm going to mark the wrong side with my dissolvable fabric marker. Place the lining panel with the right side up and the zip also with the right side up. I use adhesive seam tape to fix my zip to the top edge of the lining piece. It really helps. You can see I take my time to make sure I position it perfectly. If you're not happy, reposition it until you are. Now place the edge of the zip tape to the edge of the fabric evenly. Again, take your time. This is an important step. Make sure there's an equal distance between the edge of the fabric and the zip. So if you're not happy, remove the zip and try again. Place the main purse panel with the right side down to the lining and zip pile and secure with fabric clips. If you don't have clips, we may well have some in our doll haberdashery section of our Etsy shop. Now stitch, taking 1 centimetre seam allowance remembering to back tack at the beginning and end of your seam to add strength and secure. You will have used a zipper foot to sew this seam if you're using a sewing machine. Snip any loose threads. Once you've stitched your 1 cm seam allowance, check everything is even and that you've not stitched too closely to the zip. We are now going to repeat our previous steps for the other side of the zip. Place the lining right side up. Take the zip right side up and place it to the edge of the lining. Use seam tape again if you have it to secure. Seam tape can be a little tricky to apply and peel back, but it's well worth the effort as it stops the zip moving when you sew. Again, take your time to make sure everything is perfectly aligned. Now take the right side of the pencil case fabric and fold it upwards so that the right side is facing down and the edges meet at the top. Use clips to secure and stitch. I keep my fabric clips in my Wabi-Sabi purse. Take 1 cm seam allowance, remembering to back tack at each edge. Again, I used a zipper foot to get nice and close to the zip teeth. Snip all the loose threads as you go along. It's worth turning your project through at this point to check the zip is opening smoothly. Remember, new zips can be a little stiff and need to be opened and closed a few times. Now remember to leave the zip open so you can turn the pencil case through after the next step. Turn back through for the next step. We need to make sure that the seam allowance is pointing towards the lining and the zip lays flat and the visible edges of the zip lie towards the main pencil case. Use clips to hold the zip in position. Follow the seam to the opposite end, again making sure that the seam allowance goes towards the lining and the visible edges of the zip lay flat and go towards the main pencil case fabric. Again, clip in position. Remember to plan an opening for the pencil case to turn through. I use my dissolvable fabric pen to remind me. If you choose to add the Wabi-Sabi label, then now's the time to fix it into position. Fold the label in half and secure it where you like it. The position is up to you. If you're anything like me, you may forget to do it. It's not too late to add it at the end of the project before you close the small gap, but you would need to unpick a few stitches to pop it in. I've now stitched taking 1 cm seam allowance to the top and bottom on one side, back tacking at each edge to secure. At the other side I've left a small gap to pop my hand inside. For nice square edges, fold the corners as shown. You may need to tease them out a little. Turn the pencil case through to check everything is perfect before you close the gap. You can hand stitch or machine stitch the gap closed. Now you can secure your zipper pull. Pass through the larger of the two holes. You're finished. Why not try one of our other exciting Wabi-Sabi projects? And remember, you can use your free template to make lots more pencil cases in your own fabric in the future.